Most of you know about the book Discovery of India, but I think very few of you have heard about Glimpses of World History by Jawaharlal Nehru. What a fantastic account of the world, of the entire universe, of all the things that were documented maybe 2500 years ago and taking us through the memory lane until the 1930s when this book was written. This is one of my favorite books on geopolitics and philosophy that is global, that is more broad rather than focused on a particular area or region. It is particularly interesting because the book was written in the 1930s. I do own one of the oldest copies. It's very close to my heart. That's why it's all toned down and everything. This book is especially relevant in today's day and age because it references geopolitics and global issues. And these issues are a lot more relevant today because of the digital age, because today's youngsters might identify with an ideology more than gender or caste or even their nationality. More and more, exchange of trade also leads to macroeconomics being very important. So in general, the focus of the world and especially of the younger generation is a globalized view, a more universal thinking. But for that, you need to start somewhere. You need to know a bit about the past. There is so much in the past. How do you bring it all together? There are few amazing books for that. And this was one of the first few books that was not written from the European point of view. And that is very, very important because until that point, there were great books written, but they were Eurocentric. What a matter of pride that our first Prime Minister was also a great historian, scholar, and most importantly, a very sensitive man. This book was written by him for his daughter. He writes very lovingly from prison that he can't give any material gift to her, so he's just going to write a series of letters. I believe there were some 196 letters, and they talk about some personal thoughts, some contemporary points of view, but they begin from the past, talking about world history step by step, each region, and then bringing it all together. Not surprising that Indira Gandhi went on to become one of our longest serving prime ministers and had a global point of view and could go on any stage in the world and shine.
And one thing you must remember is that we have never attacked anybody, but we have been attacked 3 times.
But don't you think the situation on your frontiers might be less dangerous if you personally were to meet Yahya Khan, so that you understood each other's positions more clearly?
Have you read some of Yahya Khan, the president's speeches and interviews?
Yes.
Well, and do you still think it would serve a useful purpose?
Nehru is one of my great heroes, and it's been a pleasure to introduce this book of his to all of you.
Long years ago, we made a tryst with destiny, and now the time comes when we shall redeem our pledge, not wholly or in full measure, but very substantially.